Hey everyone, I'm Rave Bae Melissa.
And I'm Fluffy.
And this is Dead Sober Podcast.
And I'm not even high.
It's going to be a lot of side quests today, I think. Until they catch up. Yeah, exactly. But so I drank my diet, not my diet, because Diet Dr. Pepper has no caffeine in it. There's no caffeine in that.
No, this is why it's not working.
Yes. So I bought a whole case.
I'm sorry?
I know. I bought a whole case, and I was like, I usually drink a pop at night to like stay up to work on my PhD and stuff and whatever, and I'm like, I don't feel any different. Like, I don't understand. Like, normally it helps a little bit. It's not coffee, whatever. I drank half the case, and then for whatever reason, I was like, I'm going to ask Avery. For everyone listening, Avery is ChatGPT. We've named her Avery. And so anyway, so I asked her, no caffeine. Nothing.
I think because regular Dr. Pepper
has the most. It has the most caffeine of all pops, because I know that because I have a caffeine problem, and I learned that in college when I didn't want to drink coffee, I do now. So I drank. Yeah, there's nothing in that. So I drank my entire Dr. Pepper, and now I present to you my coffee. Oh, am I backwards? Here,
yeah.
Let me mirror. You don't live here anymore, bitch.
You don't live here anymore.
I also want you to know that, not that this is any contradictory to any other time we've gone live when I don't read the notes and I can't see it because it's too small, but I also saw in the Gmail, Melissa, do not open this. Melissa, do not read this. Mm-hmm. And so now I really don't know what's going to happen because I haven't looked at it. So.
Okay, because that, and I tried to keep writing more things of like, don't look, really don't look, because I saw in the message preview it'll start showing it, but I put extra spaces in, but what it did instead is it deleted the extra spaces and it started showing you what the information was, so I'm hoping you didn't see it. But the other problem is I did not copy and paste the rest of the notes, so I also don't know what the notes are. Well, so first, we're actually live on Dead Sober. We have live access. Yay.
Yeah, we have access.
For now. They're going to take it away, like, immediately. All right, so the first thing is talking about the cursed Masquerade Tower.
You mean the Masquerade hellscape that I walked in through?
The day one of hotels?
Well, should we explain the whole thing? Like the timeline of events?
Yeah.
Me walking in, me trying to talk to you and explain it to you via text because you were on a plane. Should we tell them the whole thing?
Yeah, I think we should start. Let's go all the way back to last year, our first EDC. We booked the hotel through Expedia. So people get a little like sketched out with Expedia, and with airlines, maybe you're not booking direct the whole thing, but it had a really good rate. Oh, you know why? It's because so let's go even farther back.
I was going to say, I know you're missing a key piece. I'm just going to wait for it to come back.
Here we go. It's coming. My non-caffeinated Diet Dr. Pepper. It does say caffeine, but it's also very tiny.
What does it say caffeine-wise?
It's the very last ingredient, which is suspicious.
No shot. Alexa, does Diet Dr. Pepper have caffeine in it? How much caffeine? Alexa. Oh, it has 41 milligrams. What the hell?
Which is the same as regular Dr. Pepper. You must have bought caffeine-free. They do make a caffeine-free one.
It looks the same as yours, though. Alexa set an alarm for 3:30. Alexa set a timer for 10 minutes.
Is it just setting off?
No, Alexa, don't set an alarm. Alexa, stop. Sorry, everyone.
Oh my gosh. I always forget that your Alexa's a man. I'm always like, who is that in your house?
A man?
A
white man?
No!
Last year, the hotel room blocks were released before the shuttle passes. And so we looked at the hotel blocks. We were blind guessing, trying to figure out what stops were going to be.
Yeah, so we had already booked. You had booked a hotel. I had booked a different hotel, guessing at historical shuttle stops because of all the research that you've done. And then they released the shuttle stops completely different. The center strip one was completely moved. The Oyo broke down for the millionth time. So they had to like shift it around. So we picked the Rio. It had opening ceremony. We're like, great, let's make this nice and easy. And they had just redone the Rio.
Booked the standard room, but I got there at 10:30 in the morning. People just weren't staying there. So when I got there at 10:30, they offered me the upgrade. And I said, it's an extra $30 a night. I'm taking the upgrade. And you're like, cool.
And yeah, so which is also weird because if it is a shuttle stop and it is the opening ceremony, why was no one staying there? But
Well, now we know.
Now we know. It took
Now we
us
know.
over a year to figure out why no one was staying there. So we had like this great experience. And then for this past year, like, okay, let's go through the insomnia block. Well, like they got a pretty good rates, pretty close to what we had. The room sizes seems the same. Okay, cool. We'll just book it. And then your flight got in early.
I got in at 10:30 again because I like to go to the pool.
10:30.
Although that was a whole experience.
Yeah. So bummer on the pool that kind of didn't go as well as it did
But
before.
that's many steps later. Let's go step by step
We
of
are
what's
way
happening.
ahead of ourselves.
We are. So Melissa shows up at 10:30 in the morning. Melissa's been up since 6 a.m. and Melissa didn't go to bed until like 3 or 4 a.m. So Melissa's tired. She slept on the plane, but Melissa is tired. Fluffy is on a plane. And so she can't get photos. She can't get videos. I'm just texting her and hoping that they're going through. She's on Southwest. Southwest lets you do iMessage at least, so she was getting those. So I check in, and I'm like, maybe she'll offer me an upgrade. They don't offer me an upgrade. And I'm like, okay. No. There weren't any available. There was nothing available. I was standing next to a couple next to me, and they were trying to do, like, anything. And they were like, we want to go on the highest floor possible with 2 queen beds, and the woman was like, we have none of those available. Like, we can offer you one room that's a king size bed on the 10th floor, and that was pretty much it. So they didn't offer me an upgrade. And then they told me that I was in the Masquerade Tower. And I knew last year we were in the Ipanema Tower, which you changed the name of every time you said the name. So
I can't remember. Oh,
Ipanema.
Nakashima. What was the Die Hard Tower? Nakasami
Plaza.
Nakasami Plaza. And then, like, but at some point when you talk to the people there, when you're like ordering room service or towels, you have to tell them what tower you're in. So I'm like, okay, I gotta say this right now because they're gonna send it to some tower that doesn't exist if I can't pronounce this.
Yes. So I knew we were in the other tower this time. It's called the Masquerade Tower. And I also remember from our note from last year about the death carpet. So when you are walking through the hotel in the Ipanema Tower, after you get out of the elevators, depending on where your room is, you have to walk down a really long hallway, and it's death carpet. Like, your suitcases do not roll on the death carpet at all. It's horrible. And so I knew this. And so when I was like, okay, how do I get to my room? She was like, you're just going to follow the carpet all the way straight back. Just keep going right. Just follow the carpet. And I was like, God damn it. So already I'm like, I have 2 suitcases. I'm tired. I'm dragging my suitcases through the hotel. And this is the scene. You walk through the casino. Casino's loud, bright, lots of noises. And then you hit a crossroads, a passageway. And all of a sudden, it is dark. I'm not talking like, oh, it's quieter because there's no casino lights. No. It is dark. Like, there are no lights on. That's way too bright still. Like, and you know this. You're in the dark. So I keep going. They're like, it's past the Masquerade Bar. And I'm like, where's the Masquerade Bar?
There's no bars here. Yeah.
It's up on a ledge. There's no one there in Vegas. And it just says Masquerade Bar. There's like 10 bar seats, and that's it, in the dark. So I keep going, and then I find the elevators. Walk into the elevators, and immediately everything is from the 1970s. So I get in my little elevator. It's still dark, and it closes really slow. And I'm like, that's where the convincing myself that everything was going to be fine. Like, I am now having a full-blown conversation. Like, Melissa, you can do this. It's not that bad. It's going to be fine. So I go all the way up to the room. I wheel my suitcase, both of them, down the hallway along the death carpet, open the room, and I'm like, oh, no. Walk in. And at this point, I drag only one of my suitcases all the way in, and I immediately start texting, Fluffy, It's a little wild in here. And I try to send her some pictures, and she's like, I can't download the pictures. I'm on a plane. And I'm like, okay, well, let me try to audio because there's way too much to text about this room. And I send you this audio, and the short one worked, but then the long one didn't work. So then I'm like, all right, we're going to talk to text this because I can't sit here and do this. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to just verbally describe this room. So you walk in, and in front of you is like one direction, and then there's like a hallway to the right. So I walk straight in, and all of a sudden you are in a giant open space. So much space. Floor to ceiling, I'm going to call them windows, but the curtains are drawn. And in halfway in between is a giant TV. So think like early 2000s rich people houses, big TV on a giant, it's not a TV stand, it's like a cupboard. So it's blocking half the light. So we're already starting there. The shades are drawn. You walk in, I look to my left. Last year we had a full sectional couch with a coffee table. I look to my left, and there is a two-seater. I don't even know if I could call it a couch. It's smaller than like a love seat. Like the love seat behind me is much larger than the two-seater. So there's a two-seater couch, two coffee tables, and two lamps on either side. The lamps were not matching. The coffee tables weren't matching. And then in front of the couch was a round glass coffee table, also not matching the other tables in the room.
It was glass?
It was glass. And underneath was this big circle pattern in the carpet.
No.
Okay. Already starting rough, but I'm like, okay, that's a lot smaller. But there's like an obnoxious amount of space. Like it was so much space of nothing. And so we have that on the left. In front of me is the TV on top of the cupboard. And then kind of across from that is a single desk that's facing the wall. So it's facing opposite of the TV with a chair. And the desk and the chair look like something that somebody picked up from the garbage in a garage sale from 1982 at best.
Garbage.
And I'm like, okay. Then I look at the beds.
Well, wait. Well, so all the mismatching stuff, the weird layout, but what were you thinking? Were you like, I need to turn and run? Like, what was the self-talk that was going on?
So the self-talk was like, okay, we can't use that couch, but there is a lot of space. So that's really nice. We'll be able to spread out. We're going to have to figure out mirrors. There's not any mirrors anywhere to be seen. I don't know where we're going to do mirrors, but maybe there's some by the bathroom. It's not that bad, Melissa. You're not going to really be here very long. It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. At least there's a lot of space.
And like the couch was giving like dorm furniture, like very small. You know, everything's like kind of
really small, like really, and not comfortable looking. I did not sit on that. I'm not sitting on that. No.
And then it's like, okay, there's a desk. We don't really use desks.
Alexa, stop.
Timer. Yes.
It's been 10 minutes.
It's been 10 minutes, just in case. Everyone else's Alexa's going off. How we doing? How we doing here? Oh my God, that's so good.
And then I look at the beds. Ooh. And there are two beds that are supposed to be queens. They were not queens. They were maybe fulls at best, but also like think dorm room when like they say things are fulls, but it's not actually. So there's that. And at the foot of them is this like bench that is gray, not on purpose.
No.
It looks like, again, it hasn't been used or cleaned since 1982. There are also, so you know when like you have like a patch on a dry wall and then you put caulk over it and then you white it and then you're supposed to match paint so that it covers. So imagine you're in college and you don't get matching paint. That's all over the walls behind the bed. And I was like, the holes are a little big.
No.
I don't know if it's bullet holes. Like they're just a little too big. But okay, I don't know why we didn't clean that up. Fine, whatever. I go to open up the shades, and the shades are also from like 1982. Like, I don't know if they've been cleaned since 1982. And then I'm like, all right, well, this is disgusting. Let me try to turn a light on. None of the lights work.
What?
Not a single light in the entire place worked. So then I'm like, okay, I'm describing this to you. I'm walking around the room. I'm like, well, let me open this cabinet under the TV. It is broken. Doesn't work. I'm like, okay. At this point, I'm like, you can still do this. There's lots of room. Let's just go into the bathroom. I am now texting you while I'm describing this. So then I go back to the door, turn left, and I'm walking down the hallway. And I immediately walk into like I can't remember if there's a sink there. It's just like a shelf with a very large mirror. And the lights are all just like light bulbs. They're supposed to be like fashion light bulbs, all lining the mirror. And I'm like, okay, well, this is a big mirror. Turn around. And like the closet is a mirror. And I'm like, okay, fine. Like the ground is tile. So I'm like, this isn't going to be comfortable, but like we could sit here and do our stuff. And then I'm like, well, where are plugs? There was one plug and everything is big. So like there's a big space between the closet and the one plug on the opposite side of the wall. And I'm like, well, that's going to be a problem, but good news. I packed an extension cord because that's what I do. It's going to be fine. We're going to make it work. I walk into the bathroom and the bathroom is where I said, I will not be staying here. The answer is no.
Wait, this whole time were you clutching onto your suitcases? Like I picture you walking around the room.
So I didn't even bring my one suitcase in. No, my one suitcase stayed at the door. My other one is just standing in the middle of the living room. It's not touching anything. Like, that's it. It's almost in the hallway. So
propping the door open.
Yeah, literally. So I walk into the bathroom. I don't even remember what's on the right side. I turn to the left, and it is the bathtub. It is a tub with a curtain
Sexy
liner.
Bathtub? Nope. Okay,
It is yellow, not on purpose. It is old, like stained yellow, old. And there's a random window to the bedroom that's like this big. And I could see it. You wouldn't be able to see it unless you go up on your tippy toes. And there's like a giant plant, like picture blocking it. And then the bathroom is all like yellow tile. And I was just like, no, I'm out. So I walk out of the bathroom. I'm like, I did my best. I cannot stay here.
And
so I go walk out.
I'm out.
I go to try to get to the phone. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just going to try to call because if there's no more rooms left, because they didn't offer me the upgrade, I'm going to have to drag my suitcases down the death hallway just to come right back. So I get on the phone, try to pick it up. Phone's not working. Have to go over, try to figure out where the only other plug in the entire hotel is next to the shitty desk. So I go over and I'm like pulling it out, pulling it back in. Phone now works. Pick up the phone. And at the Rio, when you pick up the phone, you talk to an AI person. And I literally talked to her for like 5 to 10 minutes. And she's like, I have a room. It's a king size room in the Ipanema Tower. It's going to be an additional $800. And at that point, I'm like, I'm going to pay it. I don't care. I'm not even going to ask permission. I am not staying in this room. And then I'm like, well, okay, logic popped in. And I was like, maybe the $800 means that she's not upgrading us. She thinks I'm just going to buy the room. And I'm like, well, what if I am already checked in? And she's like, well, if you're already checked in, you have to go back to the front desk. And I'm like, at least I know there's a room. So I know there's a room. I'm taking my stuff. I'm not. It's coming with me. So I take my stuff, walk out of the room. All the lights that I had on are on. I walked out. Didn't touch a thing. And I'm walking down the hallway, back to the death carpet, go back to the front desk. And I'm like, hey, do you have any upgrades available? I just checked in with you. It was the same girl. And she's like, well, let me check. And then she's like, we didn't have any available when you were here, else I would have offered them to you. And I'm like, I completely understand. She would have. Because the couple next to me was probably blocking all of them because they were like, they're trying to find an upgraded room. And she's like, there's one room available. It's a king size bed in the Ipanema Tower. And I was like, book it. And she was like, I was like, my friend is going to be fine with that. I don't care. And she's like, well, there is a pull-out couch. And I was like, I've known her for a very long time. Thank you so much. We'll take the king-size bed. That's fine.
I'll be sleeping on the floor most likely anyways.
I would sleep on the floor in that room. I will not sleep on the floor in the other room.
You would put your suitcase on the floor in the other room.
No, I did not. No, I didn't even take my bags off. Like, I had bags on top of the rolling suitcase. No, nothing moved. So she's booking me, and when I checked in early, she charged me a $25 fee, and she's like, well, because you're upgrading, I'll take that off, and it's only going to be $29 for the upgrade per night. And I'm like, I would have paid $800. Great. You're losing business. I would have paid more. This should be your business model. Yes. Show me the Masquerade room and then say it's going to be $800 more, and I'll be like, take my money. I don't care. I'm not staying in this room.
They put everybody in that tower to have like a little button that's like, is this hell? Do you wish you were out of here? $800, I'll get you out of here. And you push that, and then a bellhop takes you. But first of all, no employees come to that tower.
No.
I don't think any employees have been there.
I just want to restate, you're walking down the hallway. You saw it after, but you're walking down the hallway. Not only is it dark, but there's no one around. It's just me in a dark space, and that's it. And it kind of smells like a little bit of stale smoky, but not really.
There are areas that are dark, as in you can't see the color of the wall. It's that dark. And then the bright areas are dim, like creepy lighting, like that you would stage for a movie. And then the windows to stop, I don't know, heat from coming in, or I don't know why you would do this. It was like the $20 guy on Craigslist that's going to do tint on your windows. It was blue, like tint on the windows where the elevators were. And like maybe it's like a UV thing that they invented in the 70s. Maybe it was great back then. But it just cast this like cool hospital, like broke down horror movie vibe. And you like can't see the numbers for where the rooms are. Like what direction do you go? And wasn't there something weird with the signs?
Well, so I also want to clarify that you know this because you went to our upgraded room first. And then I said, you need to experience this hellscape. And that is why you're describing it now. So you didn't get to go inside the hotel room.
You need to know where we came from.
You need to know where we came from so that you appreciate this side. See how bright it is? And you're like, yeah, I see how bright it is. And I'm like, no, take notice of how bright it is.
Take it in.
And you're like, okay, like there's light, yes. And then you're like, what is this? This is the dark. Are we supposed to be over here? And I'm like, I don't know. That's where they told me we live now. I don't. But so like when you come out of the elevators in the hellscape tower, the like where it says like room numbers this way and that way, it was faded. So think like old fast food restaurant that's no longer in business, and like you can still kind of see things that are faded. That's what it was like. So I was like,
the letters down, and where is my room?
You can't see it. It's just like gone. I'm like, I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna go that way.
I'm surprised they didn't give you a key. Like it was that old that you didn't have like a physical key in the door.
Afterwards, I was like, notice how the doors are all different. Like they're all wood paneling with gold handles, vastly different from the new tower. The carpet is different. The paintings are completely different. And then you're like, are the signs on this side from 1982? Like, is that sign because it says like something from 2019? Like, was it the last time they've upgraded or changed that sign? Yeah.
The internal hotel ads were like, oh, there's a water show here? And then I'm like, wait, it won an award in 2018. Maybe it's not here anymore. Like, this is the last time any employee has been to this side of the tower was 4 years before they did construction. Like, and in the new tower, there's an employee on the floor, like where you see people walking around coming out of their hotel rooms. Like, I don't know.
Oh, you have to boop in. Like on the elevators, you have to like boop your card and go up. You don't have to do that in the Masquerade Tower. We walked over there and went right up. No problem.
It's because of the Masquerade people. So they have like this very hierarchy in this like this like caste system of the peasants and the normals, and you can't get into our gated elevators because then they'll know how much better it is. They're light. They'll follow the light.
They'll follow the light and like the hallway you can actually roll your suitcase down. After seeing that, I was like, this makes sense why no one stays here. If Insomniac is buying blocks and they're all in the Masquerade Tower, I think when you booked it, you were like, well, there aren't any this is the only option. Like, there weren't any options for anything besides. So if Insomniac is only buying the blocks in the Masquerade Tower, it makes perfect sense why no one wants to stay there, and they all stay at the Wyndham across the street. I would stay at the Wyndham. I literally was at the point that I was like, we're either going in that tower or I will find us a new hotel. Like, I am not staying here.
No, we'll hide in the bleachers at this point. We'll make friends at camp.
I'll go to camp. I'll walk in. I'll be like, have you gone to the Masquerade Tower? Okay, let me in.
Like, that's how bad it was that you were considering camping. And then we felt so bad for everyone that we saw walking that direction.
Oh my
with their
God.
suitcases. I'm like,
well, when I was there was like no one there. So it was like, I don't feel bad for anybody. But when we went on our little side quest and we were walking back to the light and all of the people were like joyously walking and we were both like, oh my God, you don't even know what you're about to walk into. Like, there were old people walking that way. I'm like,
no.
I feel so bad for all of you,
Somebody brought a
but
dog,
I will not be staying there.
That's who belongs there. You and your dogs. Go.
I wouldn't even bring my dog there. I'm going to have to bring my dog. I can't even give her a bath after. I need to give her a bath. I felt so bad because... Yep.
No, it put like at risk for not wanting to go back to there ever. And, you know, the people outside on the strip that are like, have cards and they're trying to get your attention and pass.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about them.
That happened
inside
in our hotel. We were walking
on the dark side. It was on the dark side. Let's be clear. On the light side, that shit doesn't happen. On the light side, we have a Starbucks. And we have a very nice, they've upgraded the store, so it's a lot bigger. And there was food and stuff the whole time. And it's bright.
There's literally a demarcation line in the lights. It's like they just turned the breaker off for that half. And you've been on carpet for so long, and it looks okay. And then all of a sudden, you're in this dark shroud. And
so much space. I don't understand why there's so much space and it's so dark.
I think
there's nothing in there. It's just
sold everything
space
off to pay for the construction. They sold off all their machines and their chairs and their loungers. And so we're walking, trying to get to the elevators. We hadn't even made it to the elevator. So these are people, in theory, going to their rooms. And there was this group of 3 guys, and the one guy had his back to us, and like his 2 friends tipped him off that we were coming by. And he goes to like hand us something, like a sample. Like I
don't know what it was.
It looked
I
like
didn't
a small
want it.
package. And I was just like, oh man. I'm like, okay, I have to be on my like Vegas guard where like don't make eye contact because that's when they're allowed to give you stuff. And I was like, okay. And then we like
I said, no, we're good. No. And
he was talking too. He was saying stuff. And I don't really know what he was saying. And
no, I don't either. Not that he wasn't speaking English or anything like that. I was just like,
gibberish.
blackout.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you. I don't know who you are talking to me in the dark.
It seemed like a lot lighter staff. Like Starbucks had shorter hours, which also led to something like it was Masquerade Tower behavior.
It was definitely EDC people.
Like that,
no shot it was anybody else.
100% this was an EDC person because it was, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So we are waking up the day after. So Monday. 4. So it'd be like actually day 3 ends. We go to sleep at 6 in the morning. We wake up at like 5 in the afternoon. We're like, okay, let's be people now. It's dinner time, but like we need caffeine, so let's go. And Starbucks is already closed. But we're like, okay, we can't order on the app. Let's go down. Maybe they just need to cut it off 10. Actually, it's 4:50. I know this because they closed at 5. So we're like, we got 10 minutes. Maybe they're just shutting it down so that they can get their last orders in. So we get downstairs and all these glass doors are closed for the Starbucks. Like the main entrance and then the exit are closed. But we can see people in there and there's just 20 drinks lined up of people that didn't come pick up their mobile orders. And can we have some of those? Like,
I'll make my own coffee.
I'll do it myself. I'll help you close.
We got DoorDash Starbucks. I couldn't do it.
So you're like, forget this. And you're already putting in
absolutely
the DoorDash. Not. Getting this, like, let's handle this. Let's figure this out. And I'm just looking at the doors like, okay, these for sure are pocket doors that, they're glass doors. They pulled them out and they pushed them back in. That was very clear to see. And they were really big. But then the exit doors were a little bit smaller, but you're just looking at them. I'm like, Do they swing? And people kind of go up to it, but very clearly you're not supposed to be in there. But then we're outside. So then we leave. We're like, okay, very clearly those are doors no one can move. There's no handles. And there's no signs. Like, we all know what doors look like. We all know what doors look like, okay? And then we go outside to wait for our DoorDash. And by the time we come back in, there's a maintenance crew working on the Starbucks because somebody had shoved the door open. So imagine for me here. This is the wall. And this door, like, it's kind of glass, but then there's a gap here, and then there's the glass door that slides inside of it. You would push this way to think if it hinged. But when you start pushing, and it doesn't do this because it's meant to go this way, they had kicked it like this. So, and then I'm assuming walked through. So they pushed it completely off, and these guys are grabbing it and trying to put it back. And I mean, that took them like the rest of the night to fix that. But we just know it was some EDC person that's waking up like we are super groggy and just like full on push that door open, like, oh shit, man. Like, there was like no police or anything, so I'm assuming they didn't get in trouble. But if you are the person who pushed the Rio Starbucks door, and it was not we had trouble with, to give some credit, the Rio is not great with push versus pull. We had to guess at every door we opened.
Every door. Every single door, no matter what side it was on.
We did not figure out the pattern. If it's every time you exit, it's a push.
No.
You enter, it's a pull, or the left side versus the right side of the opening little lobby area. We could not figure it out. So we'll give you a little bit of grace there. But if you were the person who demolished the Starbucks door after 5 p.m. on Monday, because maybe this happens often, we need to know your story. We're here to tell your side of it because we find it hilarious. Not that we almost
we
did
wish
it ourselves.
That we were you. Yeah. We were mad when we saw people walking around inside. I was like, are they ordering? Why can't we order? I want to order.
Went through and I was trying to find collabs where two names get put together, like ISOKNOC, and then have you guess who the two people are that are part of it.
Okay.
So,
I'm not going to be good at this. I'm excited to try this.
Some are like obvious, but also I only found 4 collabs. I have 7 duos and then 4 aliases. So collabs, duos, aliases, which I learned the difference. So like collab,
I'm so proud of you.
2 people that, like, if we know who 2 people are, they're going to collaborate and work together. They might come up with like a cute name, like SubJohnics, which is SubJohnics, and John Summit. We know they're working together. It's to get you excited, and they come up with like a cute little name. So that's a collab. A duo is just like 2 people working together. So it's like, instead of saying like we're a band or I'm like a solo singer, they're just 2 people working together. And some have cool names, some are like combo names. Some are just like you don't really know who's in it, but most of the time you do. Like in a duo, it's pretty obvious. In a collab, it's pretty obvious. But then along that line, some of these were aliases inside of duos and collabs. And then so I ended up grabbing just a couple of aliases, and I have a couple of notes. And then I have a little bonus at the end of just like where DJs got their names from, but I only have a couple so far. Okay, so the first collab, and I don't know these people, so...
Perfect. I don't know if I will either. We're going to see what happens.
So this might be a total flop, but no idea. But the collab is Get Real. And it's, so now tell me if you know who these artists are. Green Velvet and Claude Von Stroke. So their collab is called Get Real, which like...
Okay. Like
I don't know
REAL or REEL. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Didn't recognize them, but at least you know who the artists are. So that's better than I did. So that I'm gonna give you a half a point, and I'm gonna keep track for
giving
fun.
me points. I'm playing against myself.
Yeah. The next one I have just purely because of the name, and it's called Bro Hug, BROHUG, and we're not gonna know who these people are because they're Swedish. And it's 2 brothers. The brothers' names are Chris and Nick. Their last name is Lund, Lunde. So they go by Lund Bros. And then they partnered with John, and I don't know Swedish enough, but it looks like Dahlback. And so the three of them together made Bro Hug because it's like,
Oh, that's cute.
they go by Len Bros and then with him, but there's like some mystery around this because he has not been seen, like the John guy. So the brothers are still like out and about, but the John guy has not been seen on Bro Hug social media for like 3 years.
Is it 4 people or 3 people?
3 people. It's a duo, which are these brothers.
The brothers.
And then this
And
guy.
then just some random guy.
Yeah, and he's like not been on their stuff for a while, so apparently there's some like, who knows what's
Where is
going
he?
on there. Yeah. Okay, this one. I gotta watch how. Hold on.
Where is this going?
Okay. I have to say it in my head first because if I mess this up, we're getting banned. Grizztronics.
It's Grizz and SubJohnics.
Yeah, but I almost said without the R in Grizz.
I don't get it.
Pretend it's a J instead of a G.
Oh, and that was the key. That was more of the key than the R.
A soft G. A soft G. I was like, don't
Gizztonics?
soft G this. We just got live access. I can like, okay, 1 point there. Okay, and then the last collab I have is KX5. So you know how they always do like the little X's when 2 things work together? So it's K.
Oh, I do
K5.
know this, but I don't know who it is.
You might get the
Is
second.
it Cascade?
Yes, that's one. And then who's the other one?
5. I don't know.
Dead Mouse.
Oh, I should have known that.
Yep.
I should have known that. Okay. I didn't know they had a thing together. I didn't realize that they were a thing.
Okay. And it seemed kind of recent. All right, so now we have to move on to duos because I completely ran out of collabs. I think you've mentioned this one, Side Piece.
Yeah, we talked about this as aliases. They're 2 separate. Well, it's the 2 separate DJs that became 2 separate DJs independently. They're better afterwards.
Oh yeah,
That's the side piece people. I don't remember the regular because they were side piece first.
Oh, they were. Oh, interesting. They're like a reverse duo, a reverse collab.
Yeah, so they were side piece first, and then they separate. They didn't really separate. They're still side piece, but then they had independent careers after that are better, which is why you probably think that side piece is like the duo.
Yeah,
but it went opposite. It's the opposite direction.
So it's Nitty Gritty and Party Favor. Okay, so the next
I like one of them better than the other. I can't remember which one.
I feel like Party Favor, I've seen their name a lot more.
I think it's Nitty Gritty that you'll like better too. Whatever one it is, I don't remember.
That'll be good homework for me to actually listen to the duos.
I think I have some. Whenever we did that episode, I don't know if that was episode 6, maybe it was last episode, and I have some of their songs in the playlist in order.
Interesting. Oh yeah, the in order. That's right. Okay, this next one, the duo name is Dog Blood, and it is 2 people. There's like no hints in the name actually at all.
I've got nothing.
It would be wild.
I've got nothing.
So it's actually Skrillex and Boys Noise.
Okay.
So like Skrillex, ears perked up. Boys Noise.
You
I don't know why that
Boys
sounds,
Noise.
Sounds
you
familiar.
should know them.
Huh. Terrible collab name.
I don't
Dog
like
Blood.
that.
I don't like it.
I don't like that name.
This next one is called duck sauce. You know that like stuff you get in Chinese food?
God, I've seen this too, but I don't know who it is off the top of my head.
And
Can I have a hint?
So the hint is the song that this duo is known for is Barbra Streisand.
You sing it?
Other than like Barbra Streisand.
I forgot about this song. I have no idea who sings this or who does this.
And it's A-Track and Army Van Helden. Armand Van Helden, the one that I confused for the other guy.
Armin van Buren.
Armin. It's not Army Van Buren. It is.
It is not.
It is Armand Van Helden and A-Track. Okay, so the next one is Jack U, and it's Jack, like the person's name.
Oh, it's with Hugh with 2 dots.
Yep, the umlaut over it.
Yeah.
We mentioned one of the people in it already.
Dead Mouse?
Nope.
God damn it.
The song that they've
Is
done.
it Armin van Buren?
No. They do the song Where Are You Now? And the U is the same as their logo.
I know who you're talking about exactly. I just can't figure out. Can I get any other hints?
We already mentioned one of them.
I have memory of a goldfish.
Oh, that's true. That's not helpful.
That's not helpful.
Like, cool, so I'll just keep guessing randomly.
I know. Thank you so much for your contribution.
We hoped he was going to be at...
Skrillex.
Yep. So one is... that is the hint.
We should play. We should play the heads up game because we're so good at it.
We crush at like any of those guessing games. Pictionary, the heads up.
We should do that actually. That would be so funny.
We could speed time it. Literally, instead of telling her, literally 2 guesses ago, we said Skrillex. No,
I got nothing.
Like, okay, so back in 2003, there was a sidewalk. Oh my God, the feather.
Immediately, I know what it is.
Yeah, we would like totally know what it is.
So Skrillex and can I get another hint?
I wish
you don't
I
know who they are?
because I confuse him with Deadmau5. I mean, he's just a white man.
Oh,
so
like actual Deadmau5. I was picturing like
his like head thing.
That's why I said marshmallow. I was like, is it?
That would have been actually a really good hint, but no, it's just a white man.
A white man? No.
It is.
I got nothing.
So
Tell me.
Jack U is Skrillex and Diplo.
Oh, Diplo. Okay, you should have said blonde.
But is he always blonde? I don't know.
And he has some Twitter rage. What was it? Was he at EDC? Diplo was EDC. I'm gonna try that all one more time. Was Diplo at EDC? Because I saw a thing on Twitter. I didn't check this to know if it's real or not, but that he paid EDC so that he could be there.
What?
Or wherever he was.
He was on EDC week.
Yeah, so I think he paid to be there. He wasn't paid to be there, something like that. I don't know how true that is. It's just Twitter. Okay, next.
Okay.
Jack, you.
This next one is called No Redemption, and I don't recognize either of these people, but there is something interesting with it. So the collab is called No Redemption.
Okay.
And
I don't know how that
it is Tachami, Tchami.
Okay.
People like know who that is. You can like see him. But then there is a mystery person who wears like a balaclava. I don't know if that's the pastry or the
Baklava is the pastry.
Yeah, so I think it's balaclava is the where you can only see like your eyes and like your mouth. The like a
the hood?
scully.
Like a whole hood?
Yeah,
okay.
he wears like a little hood and it's Malaa. So
Malaa.
And that everybody used to think that was DJ Snake. For the longest time, they thought Mala.
Did they play the similar songs as in hard techno?
Well, I don't know. But they confirmed that it's not DJ Snake because he played with them.
Oh,
so no Redemption played and DJ Snake was there. So like, I guess it.
I wonder if it was DJ Snake or Outlaw, since Outlaw was actually at EDC, not DJ Snake.
Yeah, that was a lie. I think they need to go back.
I'm so
and make
disappointed we didn't get to go and see him earlier because we would have gone if we had
knew it was
known.
Outlaw. Yes, I'm gonna say it's Gia, Gaia.
Anima.
I confused him earlier, and you did guess him earlier. One of the guys.
Armin van Buren?
Yep.
Oh, I already knew that. That was an alias. That's listed as an alias.
Because
the reason why I paused is because what was it? It was one of the art cars at ADC listed Gia.
Oh.
And everyone was like, Armin van Buren, an art car? Like, there's no shot. And then somebody was like, no, this is the other one that spells it exactly the same, and it's a girl.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was like, well, is she talking about?
Yeah.
Which one is she talking about? Yeah.
They're like, why would you play there? It says it's him and Benno D. Goji.
No clue.
But a lot of these change, too. Like, a lot of when I was looking this up, it's like, our name was this, then our name is this, then our name is this. And it's like, oh, you couldn't pick a name. These are not aliases. You just did not pick a band name yet. This one seems like it's a bunch of people, but I know there's one, like, for sure that everybody knows from the big list. Major Lazer.
Oh, I didn't realize that was multiple people.
Yeah, according to the internet, it's Diplo, Walshy
Diplo
Fire.
has
I don't know who Walshy Fire. And then somebody called Ape Drums, who used to be called Jillionaire. So, like, there's somebody who already changed their name, and then it's part of this group. Like, I can't with these people.
No.
Hey, and then I have 4 aliases. Clockwork, or he was the fave EDC top person.
R.L. Grime? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know he had an alias. What kind of music is it? Do you know?
I deleted that for the spreadsheet. It looks like they haven't played for years.
Is it they or he?
He played as Clockwork at Electric Forest in 2013. Maybe it was just his old name. His real name is Henry Alfred Steinway.
That's cute.
That's adorable.
Including songs.
He played EDC 2014. Oh,
I want to know if it's trap music or not.
He's in one of the, not Hooded. He's in one of like Quantum Valley looking ones.
Oh.
Or I don't know what it looked like in 2014. They could have all looked like this, actually. Oh, there's like the clock.
Okay, so it's like his regular stuff. Very 2014. You know the song.
Yeah, that's the hard part too. Oh, Clockwork, Arl
Love
Grime.
Arl Grime.
And it might just be an old name. This one I think was written down as an old alias, so I don't think he uses this anymore. But the alias is Love Regenerator. Wild. It's wild. Calvin Harris.
What?
Right? How weird is that?
That's so weird.
Very weird. And then this one used to be somebody's alias that I would recognize, but now he gave it to a new DJ. So the alias is Allure.
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 Mm-hmm. It's hard to say. Allure.
I say allure. I don't know if that's right.
You have to like say it like sexy though. Like it has.
I wasn't saying it sexy at all. I have no idea.
So it's Tiesto.
Oh,
right, Tiesto. But he gave the name to DJ David Von Den Herk. I'm assuming another Swede.
Okay.
So I don't know, random intro.
Cool.
And then this is Test Pilot.
Oh, I do know that name too. Deadmau5?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was his techno. I was looking around for my ears.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's happening right now?
Alias. Well, gone through collabs, duos, aliases, and now I have 2 name origins. I have 2 DJs and where their name origins came from.
Oh.
The first one is Diplo, and I don't know if it's just my algorithm, but this video is like going around again. I saw it like a while ago. But so Diplo is in this interview, and they hand him a photo of a dinosaur, and he goes, "Oh, that's a Diplodocus." Very like.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a Diplodocus. I'm sure I'll
What
get
the hell is a Diplodocus? What is that?
So
what is
like
it?
The like a long neck.
Is it
dinosaur?
Ducky?
No,
Is it Ducky?
no. It's like Littlefoot. Is Littlefoot. The
Oh.
long neck. So, but their real name is Diplodocus, and they're super long. But he knew like
How old was he?
older than you want him to be. Okay, so apparently Diplodocus means double beam, which kind of works for like lasers and EDM stuff, but it means double beam. I don't know why, but it's long neck, it's Littlefoot. And he goes, "Oh, that's a Diplodocus." And he goes, "Actually, that's where my name came from."
That's tough. That's really tough. So now he's just like running with it.
Not like complimentary cutesy baby names. So, I mean, X for a reason, but also like signs you might not be in a good relationship. Okay, so the other one is Skrillex, and he gave an interview saying that it was just a stupid old online AOL name. So, can you imagine if your original AOL screen name is now your like world-renowned performance name?
Well, we've got blue-eyed baby, blue-eyed girl, blue-eyed. What was it? Blue-eyed baby?
Which
blue-eyed baby.
Creepy
but then the
shit.
second one is actually not bad, and it's a deep cut. It was what's her name?
What's her name was the name?
Yeah, what's her name?
Is that a song?
It's a song. Do you know by who? It's a deep cut.
I want to. It's not Green Day, is it?
It's Green Day. It's Green Day. Yep. So I was what's her name?
I remember that one.
That's not a bad one. No. What's her name's not bad.
Actually creative. So that would be a good DJ name too. What's
it
her
would.
Name? Oh my gosh, that's genius. That should totally be your DJ. There's your alias. Fluffy Dragon.
What's her name?
Rave Bae. What's her name?
I know. You could be Peekaboo.
Did you
Peekaboo
have,
Shorty?
Yeah, Peekaboo Shorty.
Did you have a second one or no?
Was
it just
it.
Peekaboo?
It was always, but I couldn't get it with the O. It's Peekaboo, and then I either just left off the O in Shorty. I don't think I spelled it Shouty with an A-W.
No.
All right, so next is EDM news.
So SubJohnics, literally it's just an announcement. SubJohnics was at Lightning in a Bottle. I would love for them to be at EDC again. That would be great. The Mirage is still fucking closed.
I can't believe that.
Excision got canceled. Everything. Dabin got canceled. Everyone got canceled from. It's still closed.
Taking L's left and right. I mean, I don't know if you come back from this. Can you come back from that kind of reputation?
They rescheduled it. We're not talking like rescheduled to a month from. They rescheduled them to November.
The EDC Orlando.
I know. And then the last one, which I am so thankful for the internet. Yes. So Lost Lands. Have you seen this at all? The lineup?
No, I have nothing.
Okay, so Lost Lands did a scavenger hunt basically lineup. So they released a picture. It was actually multiple pictures, and it's like a scene. So it's like maps and safari stuff and all kinds of stuff, and you zoom in and you can guess who's represented. So
That's
the lineup. The lineup is so good, and I'm so disappointed that I'm not going to be there.
Is it sold out?
Dabin, Elenium, Slander, Excision, Jessica Audifred. Everyone's going to be there. Like, Except for us. I don't know. They were supposed to release the lineup, the full lineup today. Let's see if it has been. But the photo it's really cool. People have been guessing a lot, and I love it. Yeah, so, okay, Alley Cat. Arm and Hammer, Atlians. Who else do you know on this? Crank That, Cyclops, Dabin, and Said the Sky.
Ooh.
Both of them together, B2Bs. Excision 2-hour set. Excision B2B SubJohnics.
Shut
Excision
up.
Detox set.
Tier 5.
Hedex, Elenium, Enzo, Jessica Audifred, Jekyll and Hyde, Kill the Noise, Nostalgics, Ray Volpe is going to be there, Rez,
Yes.
Riot 10, Samplifier, Space Laces, Sullivan King, Sudden Death Presents Void and B2B Tape B.
Okay. Ooh, Tape B and
Vampa, Wooly, Zingara. Literally everyone is going to be there, and I'm so fucking mad.
Did we just bail on EDC MCO and go to this?
You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Dead Sober Podcast. Don't forget to check out our podcast on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify, and YouTube. And you can find Fluffy at FluffyDragon0_0 and Rave Bae Melissa at rave.baebay.melissa, Melissa, on TikTok and Instagram. Tune in next week for our next episode on Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time.